7, Thomasine White, a determined and outgoing woman in her mid-30s, is preparing to lead a variety of dances as the Lady of May in Wells, a small city in Somerset in the southwest of England. Her Lord of May, a young, wealthy, and carefree gentleman named George Greenstreet, has convinced the slightly apprehensive Thomasine to lead the dances and help plan a church ale, a sort of parish fair fundraiser. Even though such performances and church ales have technically been banned in Somerset for several years.
Thomasine's best friend, Anne Yarde, a serious woman and devout Christian of the Puritan variety, comes by Thomasine's house and tries to convince her not to go through with the performances, while Thomasine tries to convince Anne to join her.
The town's constable, a wealthy man and zealous Puritan, John Holt, brags about his successful cloth-making business to the audience, which provides employment for over 300 citizens of Wells, and sternly reminds them of the proclamation outlawing church ales and Maygates.
The ensemble crashes on the stage with music and dancing, pushing John to the side and erecting a maypole center stage.
Act 2. Thomasine is helping a maidservant, a gossipy and spirited young woman named Alice Croker, prepare for a pageant on Ascension Day, when they are interrupted by Anne Yarde.
Anne is disappointed as both women skip church to prepare for the pageant. She compares the maypole to the golden calf that was worshipped as an idol in the Old Testament, saying it makes her so upset she can't even walk past it on her way to church.
The Ascension Day celebrations in Wells take place, featuring pageants, music, dancing, and drinking, all organized with the help of Thomasine and her husband, Edmund.
John Hole and Anne Yarde have an intimate conversation in her home while her husband is away, calling into question the nature of their relationship. A group of young men, led by a drunk George Greenstreet, later gather outside Anne's house with a large banner that depicts a calf they've labeled Anne's calf, shooting at it with their muskets.
When the adults come out to investigate, Thomasine discovers Alice overheard Anne's remark about the golden calf and spread the gossip to the local boys and young men, including 2 shoemakers' apprentices named Will Gamage and Oliver Martin. John attempts to arrest several of the young men and a fight breaks out.
Will Gamage bitterly talks to Oliver about how he hates how John Hole gets preferential treatment in town for being rich, even though no one likes him as a person. Will, who was born and raised in Wells, points out the unfairness of their treatment.
Edmund and Thomasine talk about whether they are doing the right thing. In the end, Edmund encourages Thomasine not to let Anne's disapproval stop her from doing what she enjoys.
Act 3. We see a St. George and the Dragon pageant. Anne asks Thomasine if she will testify against George, Will, and the others in a complaint against them after the incident outside her house, and feels deeply betrayed when it is clear Thomasine will not.
Dorothy Wadham, a regal yet mischievous older woman from a wealthy, prominent local family, pays Thomasine a visit. She encourages Thomasine to march to the beat of her own drum and share some secret plans for a provocative performance.
Ooh. Edmund joins with Dorothy's husband, Edward, at the tavern to try to enlist Will and Oliver in their performance plans. Though Oliver is hesitant, Will signs them on.
The performance occurs. Will portraying an exaggerated caricature of John Hole, and Oliver playing a wealthy gentleman act out a skit in a piece of street theater that points out Hole's financial greed and implies that he defaults on his loans. Will makes a clear jab at the alleged affair between John and Anne. Anne's husband, Christopher Yarde, breaks up the skit and attempts to attack Will.
Later that same evening, Thomasine and Dorothy continue the skit for a delighted party, while Anne, unbeknownst to the guests, watches through a window. Thomasine sings a raucous anti-constable ballad.
Act 4. At the after-party for that day's festivities, John Hole turns up at the tavern drunk and chides the local men for ostracizing him for his religious beliefs.
Will attempts to stand up to him and is chided by George Greenstreet, as he and some of the other men clearly believe it's improper for him to address a wealthy man like an equal.
The next day, Alice comes to tell Thomasine and Dorothy that John Hole has arrested Will and Oliver and has attempted to arrest Edmund, who tears up John's warrant.
Thomasine visits Will in jail and tries to convince him to apologize to John to avoid harsh punishment. Will tells her he will not forsake his principles and questions whether she has forsaken hers.
Will writes a ballad in jail, and, in prison, celebrating the Wells performances and making an indirect but obvious reference to John Hole's unpopularity in town.
Alice takes the ballad and it circulates widely in Wells, infuriating John and causing an argument between him and Anne, who begs him to let the whole thing go.
John feels as though irreparable damage has been done to his reputation. And he decides to escalate against Thomasine, Edmund, and their allies.
Thomasine reflects on her role in the community, the conflict, and what it means to be a neighbor.
Very Small Trouble by Evelyn Reidy. Act 5, Scene 1, early autumn 1607. Thomasine is in her kitchen and engaging in range cleaning. She scrubs, sweeps, and dusts with a vigor that betrays a simmering anger beneath the surface. Maybe she beats a rug very aggressively, imagining it is John Hole's head. A rapid knocking at the door. Thomasine ignores it. After more frenzied knocking, a voice from behind the door.
Thomasine, let me in.
Thomasine continues her angry cleaning.
I have nothing to say to you, Anne.
I have something to say to you.
You can say it through the door, then.
Tommy, please.
Go away!
No!
Thomasine sighs. She throws down her cleaning implements. She opens the door.
Thank you.
Anne enters. Thomasine closing the door behind her. They stand there. Neither speaks for a moment. It is awkward.
Thank you for letting me in.
You're welcome.
I didn't think you would.
I shouldn't have.
Oh.
I should have let you stand outside that door calling my name until dawn.
How long do you intend to punish me then?
Punish you? Am I not the one being punished?
You're still here, aren't you?
And what about the others, Anne? This is exactly what you have wanted all along, right? Before we put the maypole up, before all this started, you told me that something bad would happen if we put on these shows, and you have your wish.
I never wanted you or Edmund to get into any trouble, Tommy.
Well, we have. And you have your beloved constable to thank for that. Your husband probably too. And all his other faithful little followers, your little troop of Puritans.
Don't you think I've been hurt by this too, Thomasine? What those boys did to me.
It was wrong, Anne. I told them that, and I told you that, but you encouraged them, really.
Unbelievable.
But you just had to let them know how much you disapproved, how much better you thought you were than them.
And is that why you're still going on about this, Thomasine? How dedicated are you in getting the last word? Because I hear you and Edmund have become quite invested in making sure a certain ballad spreads across Somerset. A chance to have a final say, perhaps?
I don't know anything about that.
Of course you don't.
So is that why you are here, then? Has John Hole finally deputized you? Come to take Edmund to the jail? I'm sure you will be sorry to hear he's not at home.
I hear he has a habit for tearing up warrants anyway.
Yes, I'm sure you have heard that, Annie. I'm sure you've endeavored to comfort our poor constable after such a frightful encounter with my terribly brutish husband.
Tommy.
I'm sure he has needed many hours of consolation that you have been happy to provide.
Shut your mouth.
Make me.
Anne slaps us. There's a beat where both women are incredibly shocked. Then,
Yes, this is good. Let's do that again.
Are you mad?
Thomasine slaps Anne harder than she excited and immediately regrets it. Anne holds her face.
Jesus!
Oh, Annie, I'm sorry. That hurt! I'm sorry!
You beast!
Anne pushes her.
Ah!
Thomasine pushes her back.
Ah!
They both laugh. Maybe it starts as a nervous giggle from one of them, but turns into an almost constant bubbling laughter over the next few lines. They push each other back and forth, giggling. Then Thomasine holds Anne by the shoulders.
What?
You used the Lord's name in vain. Stop what?
This is not a girl squabble. We are women.
Yes, but let's fight like girls for a moment, shall we?
Thomasine, stop. I have something important to tell you.
Can't it wait for a moment, Annie? Can't we take a moment to remember what we used to be like?
Anne sighs.
Fine. But I'm still angry at you.
Thomasine continues, undaunted.
Do you remember that May time when we were girls? The one where Joan Watts was the Lady of May.
Oh, stop that.
She gave me her crown of flowers after we brought in the May, and you were so envious.
It is a fault of mine now, as it was then.
Hush, Annie, you were a child. And you wanted that crown more than anything. I remember you begging me for it, and I wouldn't give it to you because I was being selfish.
That's a fault of yours.
Thank you. And besides, if I recall correctly, you tried to snatch it from me, and I held on, and we both pulled on it so fiercely that it came apart in our hands.
The whole thing exploded into a mess of petals on the dirt, and I started to cry. I have always been quick to tears. That's another fault of mine.
Are we keeping score?
No, I just should. Oh, I don't know.
It's not a fault, Annie. Not a fault. No, it shows you have an open heart.
Too open sometimes, I fear.
You have opened your heart to people who have not deserved it in the past, that is true.
Thomasine.
And now. Still.
Oh, that is what I have come here to speak to you about. I need you to...
Mistress White.
The women both recognize the voice instantly. There is real panic in Anne's voice.
I need to go.
I think you should stay.
I cannot face it.
You must.
Then you know?
Of course I do. I know you, Anne.
Mistress White.
The women lock eyes. Knowledge passes between them.
What if I'm not ready?
I am here with you, Anne. As it should be.
Anne takes a moment. She nods. Thomasine crosses to the threshold and opens the door. Thomasine sees her guest before we do.
Master Hull, what a surprise. Would you like to come in?
John appears in the doorway. He sees Anne standing behind Thomasine, looking quite nervous. He was not expecting to see her. He clears his throat.
I see you are busy. Mistress White, I shall not trouble you.
Oh, I believe you shall. Do come in.
Thomasine extends her arm, an invitation. Hull removes his hat, stepping inside.
Mistress Yarde.
Master Hull, I was just leaving.
Oh, don't be silly, Anne. We all have quite a bit we could talk about, don't you think?
John and Anne say nothing. Thomasine closes the door.
Can I offer you something to drink, Master Hull?
No, thank you.
I'm sorry to tell you my husband is not at home, Master Hull. I'm assuming you've come for him?
No, Mistress White. I'm here to speak with you.
You are?
But I have, well, the timing is inconvenient.
The timing or the company?
Long beats. Anne looks at John. He cannot meet her eye.
I trust you don't intend to arrest me here and now without even my husband to defend me?
No. Perhaps another day.
I see.
Aren't you tired, Thomasine?
What?
Tired of all this. Don't you find this tiresome? I do.
I am not so tired yet.
But you will be. After months of this, you will be very tired indeed. Because I will tell you now very clearly so that there's no confusion between us. You can tell Evelyn this as well, of course. Though I do think perhaps it is most important that you are the one who hears it. I will come to this house at any hour that is necessary, I will go to the mayor again. I will go to the bishop. I will go to the justices of the peace. I will write that Edmund and Thomasine White are drunkards, debauchers, profaners of the Sabbath, and I will ensure that word reaches every town in Somerset until there's no place you can go in this county that will allow you to darken their doorstep.
Why are you doing this, John?
And the part that will sadden me the most is the knowledge that you brought all this upon yourselves, because you decided to test me and see how fragrantly you could sing before I had no choice but to correct you in the only way that you will respond to it.
And remind me again, John, who decided that you determine what is sin and what is not? Because I was sure that was someone else's job.
You see? That's the thing. I could have forgiven the sins. I would have prayed for them. I would have. But then, you conspired to destroy me.
No one conspired.
Didn't you? Didn't you have a merry time mocking me with all your friends in town? Do you think I'm a fool?
He points to Anne.
Do you think she is? Do you know what they've been saying about her? Your dear friend.
That wasn't me.
Oh, but it was you. You might not have been in the streets mocking her name, but there was a time when you decided that you could turn a blind eye to it, so long as you got your dance at the maypole the next day. Was it worth it, Thomasine? Has it all been worth it?
Stop!
Your input is not necessary, Anne.
I don't need you to defend me, John!
You stupid girl! Don't you see what I've been trying to do this whole time? When you came weeping to me after those boys fired muskets at your door, after you heard the little schoolboys call you a whore, to all your friends, did you expect that I would let it go unpunished? When they ran through the streets telling the whole town, you cannot be so blind. Both of you.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe you did this for me. I see you, John. That is how we got here in the first place, isn't it? Because I see you, and I know that what you are is afraid.
And what do I have to be afraid of? Her? Some second-rate barber surgeon's wife?
Yes, I believe you do have to be afraid of her. And I think you should be afraid of me too. And your wife, and your daughters. I think you should be afraid of all of us, because there are things we can say, and things we can do that you cannot even dream of yet. And if I destroy myself by doing them, so be it. You might even see me then.
Anne.
She turns from him. He collects himself.
So be it.
He puts his hat on, heading to the door.
John,
He stops.
I will see you in court.
Yes, I believe you will.
He exits.
Thomasine,
You don't have to explain yourself, Annie. Not to me.
I still want to.
Suddenly, the door flies open. Anne moves quickly to stand behind Thomasine, startled. A flustered Alice Croker bursts in.
Alice, this is really becoming a habit of yours, isn't it?
I'm sorry, Mistress White. It's just I've been out all morning gathering names and...
Gathering names?
Yes, from the...
She notices Anne.
Oh. Mistress Yarde, I didn't see you there. Never mind, Mistress White. I will come back.
It's all right, Alice.
John Hole just left here, didn't he? I passed him on my way in.
Yes, he did.
Are you both all right?
Thomasine and Anne share a look. Anne clears her throat.
Yes, thank you, Alice. Yes, and?
Yes, I'm all right. And you don't have to worry about, well, I'm not sure what to say. But there's nothing more that I feel like saying to him. So whatever you say to Mistress White stays between those of us in this room.
Alice thinks about it.
Thank you, Mistress Yarde.
Now what's this about gathering names?
Alice is slightly more hesitant about her plan now that Anne is in front of her, but a fire smolders beneath her words.
I've been round the houses of the other women who have husbands and sons in the jail right now, Mistress White, and I have a list of them who are willing to petition for their release. There's a group of us who want to go to Mistress Wadham and give her a list of names. We're all ready to speak in the men's defense.
And what would you like Mistress Wadham to do, Alice? It's not like she has any more power over John Hole than you or I do.
Yes, but Master Wadham does. And we all know he will do whatever Mistress Wadham tells him if he knows what's good for him.
Thomasine smiles, sighs.
I don't know, Alice.
I'm loath to admit it, but it's a good idea, Thomasine. You should go.
Thomasine looks to her, surprised. She continues with the slightest hint of bitterness.
Edward Wadham's word holds sway in the county, let alone the town. And you know, neither of them will be able to resist a little rabble-rousing on behalf of the local women.
Well, it's about time someone did a little rabble-rousing on our behalf, because so far the men have proven useless at doing anything besides getting thrown in the jail or sitting in there feeling sorry for themselves.
Thomasine snorts.
Not that I don't feel sorry for them, of course.
Come with us, Anne.
I can't.
I won't tell anyone, Mistress Yarde. I promise.
No one has to know, Annie. Come with us, please.
Anne stares at Thomasine. She might move. She wrings her hands.
But Thomasine, Christopher...
Mistress White, let's go. She's hopeless.
Alice goes to leave. She spins around before reaching the door.
You're hopeless, Anne Yarde.
You don't have a drop of courage in your body. Alice exits. Thomasine goes to Anne. She isn't quite sure what she's going to do for a moment, but then she wraps her in a hug. Anne is shocked. Thomasine holds her at arm's length.
I know, Anne. It's all right.
I'm sorry, Thomasine.
Thomasine smiles at her.
I understand now, Anne. Take care of yourself.
Thomasine squeezes her hand. She exits. Scene 2, immediately following. Anne stands alone in the Whites' home for a moment. She looks around her, uncomfortable. Maybe she goes to sit and decides against it. She is itching to speak, but having a hard time deciding what to say. Finally, she finds the audience. She confides in them.
We went to a sermon the other day. It was a visiting preacher, someone my husband and his friends had brought in from London at great expense. He dined at our house the evening before the sermon, actually. And his sermon was about the duty of wives. My husband, Christopher, always gets very enthused when we have the opportunity to hear a sermon on this topic. Our daughters sat next to me, and he looked at them at the beginning to make sure they were paying attention. Our youngest was looking at the ceiling. We have the most magnificent carved angels holding up the ceiling of our church. I can scarcely stop myself from sneaking a look at them during the sermon. But we need to keep our eyes forward, and we've told the girls this. So he nodded at me, and I reached over and I gave her hands a slap. Then he turned back towards the congregation sitting behind us to make sure that everyone knew that our girls were paying attention to the sermon. This is not what he thinks he did, of course. He would tell me that he heard a noise from the back of the church. He's ensured we have a pew very close to the front, and he was simply turning to see the cause of the disruption. But I know my husband, and I know when he feels eyes on his back. I know him as I know my girls, and I know that my youngest feels she must look at the angels and imagine herself as one of them, high above us all, aloof and beautiful in the face of humanity and all our problems. And we have enough problems, believe me. I have problems deep down in my rotten heart. I know I have sinned, and when I look at the preacher and he speaks of duty and temperance and modesty, I feel as though he is looking directly at me. How is he looking directly at me? And I feel the wounds on my soul, surely as I would feel the wound from a musket shot. I know I am a sinner, and the worst part is that my husband does not know. He turns to the congregation as if to say, look to my wife, look to my daughters, feeble as they are, look at how they obey. And I want to stand up and scream to the parish that it isn't so. I want to tell them that I am unfaithful. I want to tell them that I am unclean. I want to stand in the square in a white sheet and be pelted with mud and have them tell me how low I am, how far I have fallen from grace. Then I can begin to ask for forgiveness. Then I can begin to obey again. When Thomasine and I were girls, we used to talk about the kinds of husbands we'd have, what it would be like to share a bed with a man, how it must be frightening at first, but we would get used to it as our mothers and their mothers got used to it. Thomasine always told me that she would never have a husband who didn't make her laugh, and I thought she was foolish. But she always knew more than me. How did she always know more? Why is it that I've always been one step behind her, tripping at her heels, as she moves forward so confidently? When God fashioned our souls, what did he give her that he did not deign to give me?
That was blasphemous.
No matter. My husband has always told me that we were born to suffer. I will not forget.
She exits. Scene 3, the same day. Dorothy Wadham's home. Dorothy sits in her sumptuously appointed parlor, relaxing. She might be playing an instrument or reading. Thomasine appears in the doorway, a group of young women, including Alice, behind her. They peek in nervously. Dorothy notices them.
Thomasine, what a lovely surprise.
The maid let me in, Dorothy. I hope that is all right.
Oh, of course, of course. And who have you brought with you? I believe I see several women trying their best to hide from me.
There are a few women here, from town here, Dorothy.
Well, was I hosting a party today that I've forgotten about? It wouldn't be the first time, I confess.
Alice steps forward into the room first, with the other women close behind. They stand there as if they have been called to the head mistress's office.
No, madam, begging your pardon,
Alice trails off. She is uncharacteristically shy, suddenly doubting her plan. Thomasine steps forward.
Dorothy, these women are here with a petition for you. Alice here has been working quite hard on it, I gather.
Dorothy beams.
A parliament of women! How wonderful. So what do we have in session today, ladies?
Alice and the other women look at each other nervously. They are not at home in Dorothy's grand parlor and are a little intimidated by her presence.
Perhaps you could all tell Mistress Wadham who you are first, and then we can move on to business.
Agnes steps forward and curtsies clumsily.
Oh, no need for that, dear. Whom do I have the pleasure of meeting?
Agnes Smythe, Mistress Wadham. My husband, Walter Smythe, painted your hall this last summer, if you recall.
Oh, yes, of course I remember. He did fine work, Mr. Smith.
Yes. And now he is in the jail for another piece of fine work.
What do you mean, Mr. Smith?
Well, it started when, I'm sorry, Mistress White, but we hadn't had much to do with the trouble in town until Master White asked him to paint some street signs for the performances, little things for the men to carry during the processions down the street. He wasn't quite sure about it, but Master White had asked, and he's a respected man in town. And Will Gamage and Oliver Martin egged him on, so he painted something for them, Lord knows what. And last week, John Hull put him in the jail for producing obscene images.
And my husband William is in the jail with him, Mr. Wadham.
This is Mary Bull, Mr. Wadham. Master Bull is one of John Hull's linen drapers.
We knew Master Hull wasn't happy about the church ale, but our little daughters begged us to be in the Ascension Day shows.
And they were lovely, Mary.
They were, bless them. But now William is in the jail for singing Will Gamage's ballad while he was with friends at the Crown. And I can't help but think Master Hull has been waiting to teach him a lesson.
Dorothy looks increasingly concerned and turns to the last woman.
And you, Bridget? And please, you remember me, Mistress Wadham?
Oh, of course I do, Bridget. Edward has been going to your husband for years. Do not tell me they put him in the jail as well.
Yes, Mistress Wadham, they did. They've said that he and his brothers lent horses to Will Gamage on the day of the performances. He said he never did any such thing, and they put him in the jail all the same.
And did he lend them horses, dear?
A long silence. The women look at each other.
I don't remember.
That's the correct answer, Bridget.
Bridget smiles.
And Will is still in the jail, Mr. Wadham. They want him to sign a statement, and he's told him then he won't. I'm afraid they'll keep him until he does. He's so stubborn, Mr. Wadham. I believe he's stubborn enough to let himself waste away in that jail if it means he keeps his pride.
Dorothy sighs.
I believe you, Alice. You know, I met my Edward when I was about your age, and I do believe he would have done exactly the same thing.
Except your husband wouldn't have been thrown in the jail in the first place, right? But because Will is just some apprentice boy, they'll keep him down there as long as they please, whether he does what they say or no. Wouldn't be the same if he had a family name behind him like Wadham.
Oh. An awkward silence. Alice looks as though she might be regretting her words.
I'm sorry, I just mean...
I suppose you are right, Alice. Yes, you are correct, of course. I imagine my Edward and your Will could have quite a bit in common, but they are not the same at all, are they?
We need our husbands back, Mr. Wadham. If they are to be fined or do penance or whatever they decide, whoever decides it, so be it. It will not be the first time we have experienced hardship at the whims of others. It is tiresome, but we expect it. The fact remains that I have children to feed and a home to maintain, and there is only so long that I can do it alone.
Not alone, Agnes. We will all help you however we can.
Begging your pardon, Thomasine, but we aren't all as lucky as you. Our husbands can't just tear up their warrants and decide to stay home. You might not have all the wealth that John Hull does, but Edmund has a skill the town would be sorry to lose, and the constable knows that. But if my husband stays in the jail, there's 10 other men who will gladly take his place and earn his wages tomorrow.
It's not even that we can't do it alone, Mistress Wadham. I am used to doing what is expected of me and always try to do that and more. But I shouldn't have to do it alone. Not one of us here should have to face this alone.
Dorothy surveys the women. She rises.
There are moments over the past month when I confess I have forgotten what it means to be a neighbor. I let myself become so upset over the actions of one man that I began to think that for the good of the town, I had to do whatever was in my power to make him feel small. But making that one man feel small, while it was easy and I might add quite a lot of fun, has clearly led to him punishing many others, and I am ashamed to say I might not have even thought of it had you not brought it to my door. I am sorry, truly.
Talk to Edward, Dorothy. Have him take a case to the mayor.
Tell him that John Hull's little crusade will no longer be suffered by the women of Wells.
It will be done tonight. You have my word. If Edward and I can pull this off, your husband should be home at this hour tomorrow.
Thank you, Mistress Wadham.
Oh, do not thank me. I am hoping to right a wrong.
Agnes, Bridget, and Mary go to leave with Alice trailing behind them. As the other women exit, Alice lingers in the doorway.
Mistress Wadham,
Yes, dear.
if he can, ask your husband to put in an extra word for Will Gamage, please. He needs all the help he can get. He has no family to ask for him, and his friends are in the jail alongside him. He only has me, and I can only do so much.
You have done very well, Alice. We will do what we can for him.
Alice exits.
Thank you, Dorothy. No one will forget this.
Dorothy smiles wistfully.
That Alice Croker. Do you remember being young and in love, Thomasine?
Like it was yesterday.
Yes. How absolutely dreadful. Wouldn't it be lovely to do it all over again?
Thomasine smiles. She squeezes Dorothy on the shoulder, or a similar gesture of affection. Thomasine exits. Dorothy sits down with paper and a quill. She begins to write, radiating determination. Scene 4, the following day. Will Gamage sits in the jail. He looks decidedly worse. A little more pallid, a little dirtier, a little more weary. But he maintains some fighting spirit. Alice enters and approaches the bars.
Alice! Oh, thank the Lord. I thought it was Christopher Yarde coming in to stand there and glower at me some more.
I've brought you something.
She passes the paper between the bars.
What's this?
This is a list of the women who have gathered to request their husband's release from the jail. All of us have decided that we've had enough, but we're practical. Us going to the mayor won't do anything, but
If someone else goes.
I've been to Dorothy Wadham with a few other women to present it to her. Edward Wadham will petition the mayor on your behalf, and the other men too. She says he'll do it tonight.
I'm going to marry you, Alice.
We can't be married with you behind bars, Will.
I won't be here forever.
I don't know if it will work.
Edward Wadham is a powerful man. If he requests our release, the mayor will listen.
And then John Hole will be breathing down your neck, looking for a reason to throw you back in here again.
Alice.
And the second that ballad of yours is sung by another little schoolboy, you'll be right back here, and I don't know what I can do for you then.
We have to be patient.
What if I tell you I want to marry you now? I don't want to be someone's servant anymore, Will. I want you to finish your apprenticeship. I want a home. I want a family with you. I want a family that's our own. I'm tired of cooking and cleaning for someone else's family. I'm tired of you working day and night while someone else reaps the benefits of your hard work. I want something that is ours.
What would you have me do?
If you're released, tell them you're sorry. Ask for John Hole's forgiveness. Tell them you've repented. You'll do penance in front of the church.
No.
I'm not asking you to mean it. I'm just asking you to say it. We'll all know where you stand.
No!
No?
I won't.
Not for me.
Not for anyone.
You are infuriating, William Gamage. You are driving me mad. The solution is so simple.
You don't understand.
Explain it to me then. Explain to me why your pride is worth more than the people you claim to love.
What do I have besides my pride, Alice? Because I wake up at the crack of dawn in an attic room that I share with 5 other lads. I spend the day making and repairing shoes that cost more than a month's wages. I spend what feels like my entire life bending to the whims of other people, following orders so much I forget that I have a mind of my own. I have things in my mind, things that I dream about, places I want to go and people I want to meet, and if I were to tell anyone, they'd laugh in my face. Someone like me isn't supposed to leave a town like this. I'm supposed to keep my head down and accept what I'm given, and I can't do that anymore. Alice, I won't. So yeah, call me proud. I guess I am. But I have no other choice. Because if I'm not proud, I'm nobody.
If you believe that, Will, if you truly believe that you are nobody, we've won already.
Bees. They are both so young and so tired.
I just want more, Alice.
I know.
It's not fair.
It's not. I don't know that it ever has been.
Then what's the point? Why bother with any of this?
She thinks.
Maybe, one day, we'll get to see distant places. Maybe we'll have adventures and our lives will be talked about hundreds of years from now. And people will wonder how exactly a shoemaker's apprentice and a maidservant from a tiny town did something exciting with their years on this earth. Or maybe we'll have simple lives in the town we were born in. Maybe we'll raise children here, and they'll raise their children here, and on until one day our names have faded from memory, and the family name is gone, but our descendants remain. And we will have done that. We will have a legacy, even if no one knows what it is or thinks much of it. That might be enough for me. I suppose you have to decide if that's enough for you.
They hold hands between the bars. He kisses her hand. She exits. Scene 5. Months later, late autumn, 1607. Time has passed. The light is a little lower, and people are no longer dressed for the summertime. The past few months have been hard on people. Edmund and Thomasine are in their kitchen, busily getting ready to leave on a long journey. They pack bits of food and other provisions. They are dressed warmly, and from the size of their bags, it looks as though they anticipate being gone for a while. Edmund is trying very hard, perhaps too hard, to pretend that nothing is wrong. Alice sits at the table, looking anxious.
Are you sure there isn't anything I can do to help you, Mr. Smythe?
No, Alice, you just rest for the moment. We have a long, uncomfortable journey ahead of us.
I'm fairly used to life being uncomfortable, Mr. Smythe.
Once again, Alice, I remind you that you can stay home if you'd like.
Thank you, Master White, but I know that Will will be testifying, and I will be there to support him.
I'm not quite sure he deserves you, Alice, but you are a good woman.
I've learned from the best.
Indeed you have. Now, what's next? I will go prepare the horses, I suppose. I shall come to fetch you when we are ready. Alice, are you sure you have everything you need for the journey? And you, Thomasine?
Thomasine has been uncharacteristically quiet. She looks on the verge of tears.
What is the matter, Duck?
Are you joking?
Actually, why don't I go check that I haven't left anything at Mistress Hunt's house, just in case I might have forgotten, a few minutes, I promise.
Alice hurries out the door.
Don't worry, Thomasine, we will be all...
If you are going to tell me we will be all right, I suggest you stop speaking immediately before those are your last words.
Edmund stops speaking. He does so in an exaggerated manner. Maybe he mimics locking up his mouth and talking. He is trying to make Thomasine laugh. It doesn't exactly work.
I've never even been to London before, Edmund. And now we are going to face a trial at Westminster? Who knows what John Hull will say about us? He wants to ruin us. He will not stop until he does, and he wants it to be in public. He wants important people to know who we are and how wicked he thinks we've been. Do you not see how much danger we are in?
He sighs, taking a seat.
Darling, sit with me.
She does not move.
Thomasine, please. Just for a moment.
She joins him, somewhat reluctant.
Do you know when I first fell in love with you?
Edmund.
It was the Michaelmas service. We were maybe 12 or 13 years of age, and I remember my family sat directly behind yours at the church. I was mostly focused on the goose my family was going to be eating later that day.
Not much has changed after all.
But I was also rather taken with you and your dress, and wanted you to notice me, desperately. So I stared at the back of your head, willing you to turn around by the strength of my gaze alone. And I swear you saw me out of the corner of your eye, and you still would not turn.
I was focused on an excellent sermon, I'm sure.
And I remember your mother turned to you, and she was smiling, and she whispered to you, but it was a very loud whisper, because I think she wanted me to hear. She was an unrepentant matchmaker, your mother, God rest her soul. She said, you know, Edmund White has been looking at you this whole service, Thomasine. And do you remember what you said?
Thomasine smiled.
You said, without turning your head, well, let him look. And that was the moment I fell in love with you. Because you had a will of your own, and your will was strong. Stronger than mine, certainly. In many ways, Tommy, you have always been stronger than me. Steadier. You've never stopped looking ahead since that day in church.
But I don't know what is ahead of us now, Edmund. I don't feel as steady anymore.
Thomasine, the difference between now and then is that I am not sitting behind you anymore. I am sitting beside you. And I will always sit beside you, as you will sit beside me. And we will face that unknown together. Yes?
Yes.
He squeezes her hand, getting up from the table.
Now, you take a moment to gather your thoughts, and I'll go prepare the horses. I shall be back to collect you in a moment.
He goes to leave, kissing the top of her head. He exits. Thomasine sits, seemingly lost in her thoughts. Time passes for a moment in silence. Then, the quiet is interrupted by a rapping at the door. Thomasine rises to answer it.
Alice, are you ready yet?
She opens the door. A surprise. The woman in the door is wrapped up warmly and smiling gently. She moves slowly but deliberately when she does, like someone who carries aches and pains but doesn't want to talk about them. This is John Hull's wife, Jo. It takes Thomasine a moment to recognize her.
Oh, it's you.
I know we haven't been formally introduced, but I trust you know who I am.
Mistress Hull, what a surprise.
I am sorry to come by unannounced, but I wanted to speak with you before you left for London.
Silence. Thomasine just stares.
May I come in?
Oh, I didn't. Yes, of course.
Joan enters and takes in the space, smiling.
What a lovely home you have, Mistress White.
Thank you, but I'm afraid I wasn't expecting company, and as you said, we are preparing to leave for London, Mistress Hull.
Oh, please, call me Joan.
Yes? Yes, of course.
I am sorry that the first time we're meeting is under somewhat strained circumstances. As I'm sure you've heard, I unfortunately don't find much occasion to leave my home, apart from church, when I'm able. So there are many women in town who I simply haven't met. I hope you don't think I'm terribly rude.
No, I never had. I've always heard... Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
It's all right. You've always heard.
Well, I suppose I've always heard that your health is quite frail, and Master Hull prefers you keep at home.
Yes, and I prefer it too, if I may be honest. There was a time before we moved to Wells that I was quite active in our town. With 5 children, I had to be, you know. There was always something or someone to run after. But after we moved, and after I was with child with my 6th, and well,
I'm sorry.
thank you. After I lost that child, I'm afraid my body has never quite been the same. Something during the laboring went wrong, I suppose. Now I prefer to keep at home, really. Sometimes the journey to the door feels like 1,000 steps.
Then I must thank you for making the journey. But I do have to ask, why have you come?
I know you leave for London today, and I came to pray with you.
To pray with me?
Yes, if you'd let me.
I'm sorry, Joan, I really don't mean to be rude, but surely you're joking.
I'm really not.
You know we're off to London because your husband has dragged our names through the mud?
Yes.
And now we have to appear in court, but not just any court. We have to go to the Star Chamber, which is a pretty big deal, by the way.
So I've heard.
And I'm sorry, but maybe I'm not sorry, but I swear, when I see your husband's putrid little face, it fills me with a rage so deep and dark that honestly I frighten myself.
Oh my.
And all I do is take something lovely and light and ruin it for everybody. And yes, sometimes things did get out of hand, but he has responded by declaring war on all of us, and it's all because of your husband.
Thomasine.
He is the most snide, sniveling, silly little Puritan I have ever had the misfortune of laying my eyes upon. And yes, that includes Christopher Yarde, believe it or not. And speaking of the Yardes, by the by, you should know that your holy husband is
Sleeping with Anne Yarde? Yes, Thomasine, everyone knows that.
Oh. This stops Thomasine's rant. She is speechless. Joan smiles. Then she starts laughing. Her laughter grows until she is laughing quite hard and wiping tears from her eyes.
Oh, Thomasine, I am sorry. That look on your face. Oh, that is good. Can I sit?
Joan sits and Thomasine sits with her, still mildly bewildered.
I have to ask, I'm sorry, I really do. Do you think because I am quiet, because I stay out of sight, that I do not know anything? Do you think that I have no one who comes to tell me the news of the town? There's actually so much you can hear if you are simply there to listen. Sometimes you can be so quiet that people have no idea you are there. That is when you learn the best information, I think. When your husband, say, has other men over to discuss their business dealings. Do you know how quickly the conversation goes from business to gossip? They tell us that the women are the rumor mongers, that we have loose tongues, but you'd be surprised to hear how the men prattle on, and they will not even consider that you might be listening because they do not even remember you exist. Oh, don't feel sorry for me, Thomasine. If anything, you should feel sorry for my poor husband. He has no idea what I have heard. He does not know that I hold his secrets in the palm of my hand.
Silence for a moment as Thomasine takes this in. An idea dawns on her.
Then tell them. Tell his secrets.
Why should I?
He is a hypocrite, a bully. He is unfaithful to you. He brings disgrace on you and his children. And he holds his little power over the town like a tyrant. And why should he?
He is a man. Nothing less, nothing more. Not a king, not a tyrant, not even a leader. He is just one man wielding his power how he sees fit in a long line of men who have wielded power they have not deserved.
But it isn't fair, Joan. It isn't fair to you, and it isn't fair to the rest of us.
Tell me, Thomasine, if I were to share John's secrets, if I were to go in front of the church and tell them he is an adulterer and a liar and a hypocrite, what do you think would happen? Would they believe me, the woman they hardly see, or would they believe him, the man who employs 300 of them, their friends and families, and keeps them in the jobs they need to provide for their children? And if they did believe me, and they fined him, or whipped him, or made him do penance in front of the church to his great humiliation, what do you think would happen to me and our children? Do you think they would take pity on us? Do you think he would take pity on us? Or do you think he would punish us worse than they could ever punish him?
Thomasine is silent.
So no, and I am sorry, but I will not tell his secrets. Instead, I will keep them close, with the knowledge that I can use them and the knowledge that despite his faults, he is only a man, full of weaknesses and faults, but with goodness, too. Yes, I see the look on your face. There is goodness in him, Thomasine, even though you have never seen it, and you perhaps never will, but I have seen it in glimpses, and sometimes it is wonderful. So for now, I will keep quiet.
But why not tell him what you know? Surely, at the very least, he should be faithful to you. Tell him you know he is not, and he will stop. He will have to ask for your forgiveness. I do not always agree with the way he wields his faith, but I know he feels it sincerely. He knows it is a sin.
I think perhaps in his heart he knows that I know. There are things we tell each other in a single look without saying a word. Don't you think there is power in silence? Sometimes I feel as though I'm saying the most when I'm not saying anything at all.
A long beat. Thomasine considers this.
I think I would like to pray with you now.
Joan smiles. She reaches out for Thomasine's hand. Thomasine takes Joan's hand in hers. They bow their heads. There is a silent moment of prayer between them. Maybe Joan is whispering something the audience cannot make it out. Thomasine is moved. The women clasp each other's hands tightly. Eventually, they raise their gazes, looking at each other. They share a long look. The beat before honor.
I've kept you too long, I fear. I'm sure your husband will be returning soon.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
No need to thank me. In fact, you shouldn't. But I am glad I came, all the same.
Joan goes to leave, pulling her shawl around her. Before she reaches the door.
Before you go, Joan, tell me something new about you.
What?
Tell me something about you. About your life.
Why? It's a little life.
Don't say that.
Why shouldn't I? I didn't say it was a bad life. Just a small one.
You don't seem small to me. You fascinate me. Tell me, what do you think will happen to us after we come back from London? What will happen?
I am not sure.
What do you want to happen, Joan?
Oh, wants. Easy to have and easier to forget.
So that's it? You will not tell me? I must go into this knowing nothing? I must accept that my life may change and have no idea what it might look like after.
Well, what is it that you want to happen, Thomasine?
I don't know.
Perhaps you should start there.
Joan exits. There is a moment when Thomasine is alone in the house. She looks around, takes a deep breath. When she comes back, everything in her life will be different. She takes time processing this.
Thomasine, are you ready?
She takes a breath. She calls out to him.
Yes, I might be. I think I am.
End of play.
Toast, play, and be heavy.